I do.
Oh,
I do indeed.
you're
Let me
so
open up
special.
my chat here so we can be ready for those who
Oh,
join us.
look at you all perky. Okay, I will tell you, it keeps saying, oh, it didn't say it this time. I thought I took it off. Or it's asked, I feel like it's begging people to send stars. I'm like, I'm not happy with that. So,
Well, we are live.
and I think it looks like I have to go live. Anybody else feel a little different? Yes, actually, perfect timing, my dear, because we're going to be talking about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Hi, Tina. Hi, W. Hamilton. Welcome. Welcome. We're going to let a few more people join us. Before we get going too much, right?
Yes.
But welcome everybody to the Consciousness Lab.
Whoop, whoop.
My name is Erin Brown, otherwise known as Consciously Erin. This is Melissa Henyon, and together we are here to expand consciousness through creative conversation. The best part about this podcast recording is if you're here with us live, which it's Wednesday, May the 6th, it's 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m.
5 p.m.
Pacific Time. Okay, yeah, 5 p.m. Pacific time. If you're here with us live, friends, you get to help shape this conversation. You get to
Woo-hoo.
participate in the topics that we discuss, all that sort of stuff. You can also find the replay on both of our channels after this live is over, but we're always happy to have you here. Do me a favor, and if you're here with us, make sure you thumbs up whatever it is that you're
Yes,
watching us
please.
on. If you feel so called to share, please do that as well. Please keep your comments nice for friends here in this space, right? And just keep an open mind, right? Let's just see where it takes us. Hello, Melissa.
Hello, Erin. Boy, I have some things, and I know you have some things. I'm excited for this conversation.
I'm very excited for the conversation. I think it's going to go great tonight.
I
Hi,
am
Tina.
seeing
We're glad you're here.
there's a lot of people from Patreon on here. Hey, peoples.
Hey,
Nice to
guys.
see you. I haven't figured out how to stream there yet. Have you?
I have not.
So, yeah.
Hello from Virginia. I'm from Virginia. Hey, Sam. What's up, Sam?
Central Florida. That's close to you. Yeah. Are you
Alaska. Wow.
Melbourne, Australia?
I'm so happy you didn't miss this too, Jess. Central Florida. Yep, I'm near. I'm in Tampa, general Tampa area. Tampa area. Which, speaking of, I'm closing on my house on Tuesday. I'm so excited!
Oh my gosh.
Yay!
Right. Party.
Uh, it's just lovely when things come together, isn't it? Hello from Tampa. Well, hey neighbor, how's it going? How's it going?
So, what time is it in Australia right now? I'm curious.
Yeah, really. Hello, Key Largo, New Jersey, Michigan. My kids both live in Michigan, Texas, Alberta,
Alberta.
Canada, Carolinas, Utah. Wow, it's a wonderful crowd tonight.
We are all over the place.
We're so excited that you guys could be here with us. That's what helps build the energy. I can already feel the energy building. You guys can't see it, but my legs are literally swinging under the table. So if you see me rocking, that's what's
That's
happening.
funny.
Because the more people that are in this space, the more that my energy grows and I get to participate with that, which is
Iowa.
so fun.
We got an Iowa girl. I was born and raised in Iowa. Hey, California.
It's 10:06 a.m. in Australia.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Georgia, nice. Thursday morning. Ooh, New York upstate, beautiful.
That is beautiful. I've never been there, but I mean, pictures. And
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Kick it off. Kick it off, Melissa. Kick it off.
Kids. So, do we want to do our little intro? Like, my name is Melissa Henyon. I'm a psychic medium, animal intuitive.
I kind of did that
Did
already.
you do that? Did I forget?
I did kind of. So
Did I do
if
it?
you want to do some more though, you go right ahead, friend. I'm so happy that you're joining me right now. Welcome.
This is just tea. Only tea. It's not alcohol. It's not drugs.
But let's do it. You're right. Let's do an expanded version. Let's do an expanded version, right?
Okay, do it.
Hello,
Let's
friends.
do it.
Let me introduce you to my friend. This is Melissa Henyon. Melissa, can you tell us a little bit about you? I know that you love horses and you have some horses.
I do. I have 4 and 3 shepherds and a husband and a bunch of chickens. Live
Nice.
on a farm. Okay. I'm a psychic medium, animal intuitive, and channeler. And tonight, what I'm hoping to bring to the table is some channeling. So I've invited my team of guides and angels to step in. Mostly, I refer to them more as guides than I do as angels. But a lot of people, I think, prefer angels, but they're not the same thing, but they're close. Okay. But they do similar things for us. So I have invited my team in. You might watch over here for any movement. Some of my videos, you'll see orbs flying into my head. I know you'll see them flying into my chest. I do love it when they do that. So if you see anything, please feel free to shout that out. And I will ask them to come in strong. Okay. Hi from Washington State. I'm having deja vu.
Hello, hello.
What timeline is this in?
Right. And friends, my name is Erin. I'm a frequency and clarity coach. The way my energy works best is through inspired conversation. I entrain your frequency to mine, not because mine's better, but because it's different. And when you have a different frequency, you have a different perspective. And you and I look and talk through all the stuff you're going over. I am also someone who has a very good understanding of frequency in general. Everything I see is in frequency. My guide appears to me as a blue frequency. I see colors around frequency. It's all frequencies. So if you have questions about that kind of thing, I'm your gal. I am anchored in science. So when we are talking about things, I'm coming from the perspective of science and trying to give you real world examples of why and how this works in your environment so you can understand what's going on. The more you understand, the more empowered you feel in your experience. So that said, we're all here to have a good time.
We are here to have a great time. Boy, I've got a lot of energy moving right now, I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Do we want to start off with ascension symptoms? Because I'm having a great one right now with my ear on my right side. Just keeps, it's hurting pretty good.
Yeah. So ascension symptoms. So what I'll do is I'll kind of lay out where I'm coming from with the scientific side, right? And then we'll build up from there and jump in from there and all that stuff, right? So when you're going through ascension symptoms, what's really happening is you're experiencing a shift in your frequency, which is expanding your perception and the sensitivity of your nervous system. Okay. So this isn't about necessarily becoming something new. It's about becoming more aware of what's already happening within you. Right.
Yeah.
So to think about this, when we think about ascending, right, ascension in your energy, you have to remember that information plus communication equals energy, right? Energy equals information plus communication to go the other way, right? So your body is already an electrical system. We all know that your cells communicate through electrochemical signaling, and that your heart and brain both generate measurable electromagnetic fields that you go to the doctor and have measured, EKGs and EEGs and all these things. We know this, right? We know this. You have to remember that your physical body is always receiving energy. It's always trying to interpret this energy. It's always trying to respond to this energy. So when we talk about energy in general, we're not talking about something like mystically floating around outside of you. We're talking about how your body processes information at every level, because energy is information, right? I tell people all the time, you kind of have to think of yourself like a really fancy houseplant. Like, plants receive sunlight. They go through photosynthesis and they turn the sunlight into sugar. Humans receive energy all day long. When you go through the process of something like meditation, calming your energy, changing your focus, you synthesize the energy you're receiving into information that you can use, right? Okay. So this brings us up to the idea of what is actual ascension, right? So as your frequency increases, what's happening is it's starting to go faster, right? As the frequency starts to move faster, the cells in your body need to learn to speak differently and exchange energy differently because they're keeping up with a different frequency. And because this is happening physically in your body, it can give you all kinds of symptoms, ranging from ringing in your ears, blurry vision, headaches, stomach upset. Sometimes people say they feel like they've been hit by a truck for 5 hours and then it's gone just as quick as it shows up, right? That's kind of where it comes from. I kind of this people ask me a lot about the idea of crystalline DNA. And I think we have to be very practical when we talk about that. Okay. We are carbon based beings on this planet, right? So we have to remember, in order to live on this planet, we have to coexist in that environment. For me, what it means is that our DNA is becoming more crystalline in structure. So if you think about a crystal, the molecular structure of a crystal is very strong. It's very like crisscross and hatched. It's one of the strongest patterns of molecular structures that there are. And our DNA is becoming stronger to be able to hold greater amounts of projected energy as frequency, turning on different characteristics, different alleles, different stuff like that. But in order to do that, it has to physically sort of adjust itself. So ascension symptoms are real. They are real.
Thank you. They are completely real. Headaches, throat issues, chest, your intuitive channels are opening up. It's one of the reasons why we're having the symptoms. Things are clearing out. Old shit's coming to the surface so it can be released. Somebody said poo or doo-doo on here. I'm like, you can cuss. We're cussers. I mean, I feel like I am more than you.
Well, I mean, when I'm doing stuff like this, I'm sitting in a channel. She doesn't typically cuss too much. So
my guides will sometimes tell me don't cuss or don't cuss as much, but sometimes I'm like,
yeah. So that brings me to trying to explain to someone what it feels like to channel, because people are always asking me to explain it. I have no way to explain to you what it feels like because it's a very unique feeling for me. It's almost like I'll start talking and Aaron checks out for a second and this stream of information comes through and Aaron is off in the background looking at the flowers, right? But I can hear it. And then I'll come back to where I am and I'll like zoom out, right? And I'm like, oh, here's me. And then I have to give myself a minute to sort of catch up with what I was just saying almost. And then I don't always even remember all of it. So that's what it feels like for me.
But that's true channeling. That is true channeling when they speak through you. I've done it, I want to say 3 different ways, where when I'm channeling spirit, they might show me signs and symbols, and then I speak what I hear. But sometimes they're kind of like, get out of the way, and they want to speak right through me. And I will speak on full on conversations that they had with this person. And this person is like, but that's them speaking through me. But I also will channel deities where I get out of the way. And then sometimes when I come back, I don't know what I said, or I very vaguely know what I said.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
we totally got off track, but let's.
No, it's okay. It was a good piece. See, I scrolled last time. You can scroll this time. I actually had somebody reach out and basically said I was like a squirrel on crack. I'm like, well, I said.
Okay. Tina. So Tina says, I've tried to channel and I can't stay focused. I'll tell you one thing. The thing that works the least for me is focusing. Mm-hmm. I have to completely disregard trying to keep track of it, because the more I try to control it, the more it won't come through, because my guide is not interested in what I have to add to what she has to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's like, just say this. All right. So
same with meditation. People are thinking they're going to accomplish something and they have a hard time getting out of their own way. I posted something today that I want to bring up because it's very helpful when we do that. And I tell people to do this when I'm doing groups, and some people roll their eyes at me, others get annoyed with me. I'm like, well, whatever, here we go. Breathe in through the nose, all the way into the belly, hold it. And then when you exhale, push your belly button into your spine, let all the air out. It opens you up. It's connected to your vagus nerve. It opens that channel. So absolutely do a deep do deep breathing. I mean, you don't hyperventilate for crying out loud, but deep breathing.
Yeah. I can tell you though, one of the most frustrating things when I was newly in my awakened experience, because I wanted to be everything all at once, right?
What
One
all
of the
the
most
things?
I want to do all the things right now. One of the most frustrating things was I went and had readings done and I had tarot done, and everybody's telling me just be patient, just be patient. And I can remember being so freaking angry, like I am done being patient. Like I was so frustrated because I felt like I'm doing all the stuff and it's not working. But I was very in my head. I had such an expectation of what it was going to look like. It just, man.
Do you find that it was better that you found your own way? I
Yeah,
mean,
I
there's a
think we
lot of
have
things
to.
where schooling and teaching is important in certain aspects of our training, but at the same time, or of our learning, we need to not lose our authenticity and how we connect. So I think part of it is learning how we connect.
Yes.
So we can tell you all day long, well, I do this and I do this, but ultimately you have to practice with that for
Right.
yourself.
What I have found helpful with my own clients is having them tell me what they are discounting, right? Like if I have a client who says, I don't feel like I'm connected to my team, my higher self, I'll say, okay, so what's making you think that? And explain to me why you're thinking this. And usually when you talk yourself through it, you can actually see that it's not actually true, that you're amplifying something because of an insecurity in
Yes.
trusting yourself. So you're
Yes.
amplifying the small things that make you feel insecure rather than amplifying the small wins that make you feel great, right? But
Yep.
this is a learning process. This is
Yes.
100% a learning process. This is
Yes.
something we all do. It's part of being human. It's part of the human experience, quite frankly,
Yes.
and it's important.
I would venture to guess people that are going through ascension symptoms right now are starting to open up to these even more so that your channeling might get clearer, might get stronger. You
Oh
might have
yeah.
an easier, but you also have to do a lot of healing work on yourself to channel. You have to be able to get out of your head.
Well, your ego can't be part of the conversation.
The
It
good,
cannot
healthy
be
aspect,
right.
not
Well,
the,
it can't be about you. You know what I mean? Like you
no,
have
it's not right.
right.
It
Like
is,
not saying it's about you not you know what I mean though. Like
no,
for me
100,
it was
it's not
about
about me.
not trying to control the narrative so that it fits something I was comfortable with,
And
right?
I see that happening with mediums share like this can't happen because it's their belief system instead of saying what actually comes from spirit. So you've got to
Right.
get your shit out of the way so they can come through you and share their shit.
Right. And as someone who works with past peeps, she can tell you a lot more about that. Mediumship is not something that I have great control over. I don't focus on it. I don't put a lot of energy into it. I really enjoy the way I channel, but sometimes every once in a while I get this energy that'll come through that is just here.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk kind of thing,
Yeah.
like
And
it's
see,
not very often. Not
that's
very often.
beautiful though. That's mediumship. That is when spirit wants to come through. If they have a message for somebody, they will use anybody. We're all literally mediums, just for the record. I mean, we really
Oh,
are. We
yeah.
all have the ability. It's just whether we're tapping into it or not. And you
Right.
can tap into it.
Going back to ascension symptoms, I feel like our conversation is making squirrelies like squiggles,
Well,
right?
that's what we do.
Right. But it's great conversation. Going back to ascension symptoms, the Schumann for today. Let's just tie that right in, okay?
Yes.
All the energy that was coming in my report that I was telling you guys about, it has a very specific frequency. And when I tapped into it this morning, I was reaffirmed this is new energy coming in wrapped in resistance. And usually when I see this, it's in a wave of awakening. And for people who are already awakened, this is when you sort of shift into the next gear, the next frequency, because it's a wave, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if you're in the water, you're going to be affected by the wave in some way. Um, this was really strong when it came through. I certainly felt it. Melissa and I were both talking about this a couple days ago. There was like 2 days something was up, man. I couldn't seem to wake up. I couldn't seem to focus. I was very blurry headed. I wasn't sick, but I don't know how else to explain how I felt. Like I slept so
Yeah.
much.
Yes.
Couldn't
Six, like
focus,
6 hours.
yeah, just out, right? And then like the next day, that was 2 days, and then I woke up the third day, and it was like I was like walking around the house, and it was like, where am I? Did I teleport somewhere? Like I just felt odd, different, and there's no way to explain how. And I was trying to tell a friend of mine, it's like when you go visit your mom once a year, and she changes her light bulbs from like soft white to bright white. When you walk in the house, you know something's different, but you are never, it's like that's such a subtle thing. That's how it felt for me. So if you
Yes.
guys are experiencing that, you're certainly not alone.
Absolutely not, especially not right now. So many people are struggling. I had this Monday, I was down, I was out. Um, I didn't feel, I was dizzy and I was nauseated. And those are not usually things I receive. The next day, yesterday, I had some headaches. Cleared up today and my energy feels really good again. But boy, I was like, what in the heck? So I had to look at Schumann resonance from you to see like what's happening. What is going
Girl, you should
on?
be watching my video every day, okay?
I know. Shh, I do.
Mm, mm,
I'm getting
mm.
now. I feel like there's a quiz coming.
No, no, no. I want to address a question though that was great. Where to go? Let me go down. Do.
Can you pop them
Um,
on the screen?
let me see. I cannot. It's Darlene Myrick 2898. Can you explain the ego? Is it just your brain or your subconscious? I love this question. Let's talk about it.
Let's see.
So, your ego is a part of your sort of base brain that is designed to keep your physical body safe, right? And back when we were cavemen and walking around, and historically humans are not typically smart. The job of the ego was to say, "Hey, that's not a kitty cat. That's a lion. Stupid. Don't pet it." Right? To keep your body safe, to keep you from running off of cliffs, to keep you from eating dangerous things. Right?
It
This is the
makes us
job.
human,
Right. It's part of to keeping the human body safe. What
literally.
happened is that part of the brain did not evolve with us in the way that it needs to. It's like lagging behind. So every time you try something unknown, it immediately associates it with danger. And so it will jump up in an attempt to keep you safe. So it's not doing anything bad, but it's overreactive in most of us. It's untrained, it's untamed, for lack of a better word. It's ignored and kind of stepped all over and blamed for a lot of things. It's important to have it, but it's also important to understand how to work with it rather than fight against it. It's not your enemy, it's part
No.
of you. And
Yes.
the more you integrate it, the more you allow it to be part of the conversation rather than fight against it, the easier it will flow for you. And I know how strange that sounds, and it genuinely takes a lot of practice. I still daily, every day, there's something I have to stop myself and like, okay, that's I'm only not signing up for this because I'm feeling fearful because I have never done it before. This is just my ego, that anxiety that's coming up, that fluttering in my chest that's coming up, making me fearful, is only doing that because it's unknown. It's not because it's bad. It's because it's unknown, right? We have to remember that all possibility exists in the unknown. All possibility exists in the unknown. So sometimes you have to be brave enough to just take a step, you know?
Yeah. Well, and a lot of people in the spiritual community say ego is bad and ego death, blah, blah. No, ego is not bad. We have to have ego. That's part of what makes us human. A healthy ego is regulated, it's self aware, it's boundaried, it's integrated in partnership with your higher self. So,
And it's
ego isn't
helpful.
bad. In this work, when I am doing a reading, this isn't about me. So I do. And I saw somebody post this on here and it's perfect. I ask ego to step aside and I ask for only the healthiest version of me to be present so that when I am giving information, it's not coming from my fears and my worries and my concerns. It's coming from spirit, from their messages, their stories. So
Girl,
it
you
is
just
about,
answered what the question was popped up in my head. I was going to say, we need to explain how that looks when you're doing readings for people. What does it mean to say to get your ego to step aside? For
yeah.
me, it means stepping out of the way and not worrying about, is this person going to understand? Is it going to be true? Am I right? Is it this? Are they going to be mad? Are they going to like me? Are they going to, all of
Oh
those
yeah,
things?
that all has to go out the window.
Right. So
And
that's
what
what
I
that looks like for me.
that for me has been incredibly empowering as somebody who has been a people pleaser most of her life, still somewhat, but it empowered me. So when people say or they disagree with me, that I don't shrink and just like, oh my God. Now I can say, no, I'm trusting this. And because I say that and because I step into that, it is amazing the information that spirit brings forward now because they're like, she's going to say it. Just you can trust her.
Right.
And that's my connection with spirit and my hope that spirit knows I'm going to let you do your thing and speak and say what you need to say. They've never come through to be a jerk though. I've never had spirit come in and be a jerk. It's always for
No,
healing.
sometimes it's to be honest, sometimes it's uncomfortable for me as Erin because I'm sitting here going, I know this is not the answer that this person wants. Like, Erin, know very clearly this is not the answer this person wants, but I know this is the answer. And so for me, being people pleaser, it's that's where my ego has to
Oh
be like, all right,
yes,
I'm
yes.
gonna go ahead and tell
Not
them
about
the
you.
truth
Yeah.
rather than sugarcoat it or try to,
Mm.
bend it. I have to tell you. And that was a deal. That was like a legitimate deal I made with my guide, right?
Yeah.
She, I always I call her a she. She's genderless. I say she because it's easy for me, right? So her name is Uriah. And she told me, before you receive this information, you need to understand that it's not for you, that you are simply the delivery system, right? That she kept showing me images of like a straw, that the information is not meant to be retained, it's meant to be passed on. I'm the transmitter. I'm what translates the frequency
Mhm.
into information, right? So I had to agree to that. That was a legit thing that I did and had to practice and all kinds of things. And at the beginning, when I didn't do that, it would get shut down. It would get shut down. It would
See,
dry right up, just like a river. I would be in the middle of trying to read cards for somebody, and all of a sudden I'd be in my head going, "Oh shit."
I
You
got
know?
nothing.
You're like, it'll dry up. It would dry right up. But I have to tell you the truth. What I get is what you're gonna hear. I'm
Yeah.
never gonna sugarcoat it, but I will tell you, my energy is I borrow this phrase from the show Wednesday. Oh my gosh, so adorable on
I
Netflix.
haven't seen it. My
Oh, it's
granddaughter
adorable.
loves it, but I
You should
haven't seen
totally
it.
watch it. It's great. Um, I am much more of a dove than a raven with my energy. I tend to
Okay.
lean towards those things that are more, um, uh, I don't know how to explain it, positive shifted
I
rather
could see
than
that.
the other
Yes.
side, right? I
Yes.
have worked with people who tend to pick up more on the other side. And it's not like they're evil or bad or anything. That's just how they're attuned. That's where they tend to work with things. For me, I'm leaning the other way. So if you come to me and you're like, is so and so cheating on me? First of all, I'm not going to read their energy at
Oh
all.
yeah. No, I
So I'm going to just ask you, well, what makes you think that? And let's talk our way through that. And through our conversation, your frequency entrains itself to my frequency, giving you a different perspective over the idea, is he cheating on me? So instead of asking, is he cheating on me? You ask yourself, well, if I think he's cheating on me, what am I going to do about it? And it changes the conversation,
yes.
right? And it gives empowerment back to you. So that's kind of how energy works for me, Again,
Yeah.
I feel like we went way off subject. I keep jumping in and out of my channel. Like I don't know if you guys can notice or not, but I keep doing it like,
You're
whoa.
doing great. You're doing great. I think it's the energy, to be honest with you. It's just, and what I have discovered recently most is that when I start writing and doing articles, they'll take the weirdest turns and it's like they want to be something else. Like I started thinking it was going to be this, and by the time I'm done, it's not even close to what I started writing. So I
Yeah.
have just started to kind of go with the flow and Like, this is what it wants to be. Let's make that happen.
Yeah.
So, let's see.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, a lot of people, 100% Monday. I was familiar with everywhere I went, but it felt different. I think we're having a lot of shifts, a lot of timelines shifting. I saw, I wish I could tell you who it was, but somebody uh, that popped up. I don't follow them, but they popped up on my news feed and said that we have gone through 30 years of ascension in a couple of weeks, and that's why yeah, I don't have anything to back that up,
I would
but it,
believe it.
but it's like that
Just based
actually
on
tracks.
how I feel and how, I hear frequencies. Like, I legitimately, with my physical ears, hear frequencies.
That's cool.
Different energies carry different frequencies for me. I hear the Schumann. I hear the earth in the background. I hear my own frequency all the time. Uh, They've shifted. I recognize them as belonging to what they belong to, but they've shifted pitch, and I don't know how to explain that. And it just like happened.
Yeah, that's really cool. There was a question, as a companion to intuition, one material, one spiritual. I actually think ego is spiritual too. That's my like that's my
Well, the
take
way
on
I
it.
kind of
The
look at
gatekeeper.
ego, right, is the kind of gatekeeper between your physical and
They work
spiritual side,
together. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It
Good
kind
call.
of is there to help you stay safe in your physical body, right? While if you're working with it, also still allowing in the information. So I kind of look at it like something that has one foot on each side.
Yeah.
It's intended to help you be here in the physical environment, but it's also intended to help you open up in different ways. So
Yeah.
someone asked me, how did I get from frustration to allowing? Practice, baby, practice. Lots and lots of patience and practice and journaling and being angry and mad and frustrated and talking about it, and practice and practice, practice,
So
practice.
funny. What I heard about that when I heard ego as the gas pedal versus I was like, well, maybe ego as the gas pedal. That's going to be interesting.
What does that mean? Ego is the gas pedal.
It's like, well, think of what the gas pedal does. It controls.
Okay.
Gas control, the pedal controls how fast you go, how slow you go. And then
Okay.
now I hear manipulator. It could manipulate. Yes, we know that. Ego can absolutely, especially if it's unhealthy and unintegrated. And then they're saying that's where shadow work comes in. That's where shadow work comes in. Quiet side, ethical treatment. Yes, yes. I do have somebody's deceased loved one wanting to come through. My emotions are shifting tremendously. Start getting aches and cracks in my neck. Okay, I feel like somebody's dad stepping forward. I do hear beloved. I get a connection to January to the 17th. I do feel like this person, it feels like somebody had to raise somebody else's children, almost like a sibling had to step up and connect and raise somebody else's child. Uh, my heart's starting to race. I'm going to start sweating. I do get the name Daniel. He's very friendly. Hi, hi, hi. He's also pulling in a gentleman by the name of Stephen. Daniel has salt and pepper short hair, kind of a buzz cut, not quite buzz cut. It has a little more length to it than that, but it's short. It's really short on the sides. He's wearing a similar shirt to me, so it's going to be a button-up, collared, more of a dressy looking shirt. Mine's not super dressy, but boy, he's really messing with my chest, breathing, and he's talking about X-rays to the lungs. I do feel like something got missed because he's showing me that, and then he's saying unexpected passing. He keeps bringing me into the blended family, and I get the name Sarah. I almost wanted to say Sarah. I think that's wine. He's referencing chest compressions. I see a girl with a big ponytail on her head, almost like makes me think of something you would see in the 80s. Roots are dark, hair is blonde, and she's hugging over his shoulder. Yeah, I don't know what that. Does anybody understand any of that? I just went, didn't I?
It's all right. I'm just watching. I'm like, okay, yeah, go girl.
Okay. Does anybody understand any of those pieces? I don't see anything. I don't see anything. Do you see anything?
No, not on this side.
If you guys understand that, can you comment and let me know? And we can get your message to you. I hear plunk, plunk. If it's not for you, that's okay. Just if you understand any pieces of that. But the more pieces you can take, the better. We're not going to make it fit. He's also giving me the name Heidi. Heidi.
Tina saying something about Steven.
Who's that for you, sweetheart? Don't be sorry if you don't have anything. This isn't about trying to make anything fit, only if it connects and if you understand pieces of it. Your best friend Steven had a heart attack. And then Ashley understands the story similar to my father, but the names. Do you understand those names in your family or connected to your dad at all? Again, it's okay if you don't understand it. Just comment if you do. That's all we're looking for right now. Tina, they worked on him for an hour. Tina, is there a brother in spirit as well? Does your dad have a brother in spirit, or do you? Oh boy, communication is going to be a huge issue right there. Yeah, and I also have cancer. Now we just have a bunch of stuff coming in. Is everybody inviting their loved ones to come in? There's a Sarah. Oh, this is a little difficult when love and light, bitches. That's funny. Thanks, lady. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on. He's referencing two dads together. He's referencing bipolar. And he's referencing the shift for you, honey. The shift for you, honey. And Tina, I hear, tell her he's here. Tell her he's here. Boy, I keep getting it. Maybe reach out to me afterwards and we'll see if we can get this information settled. And that's for Tina. Tina Colony. Maybe reach out to me afterwards. All right, let's move on. I'm going to just ask him to step back. I hear God's honest truth. And then there's a brother. Okay, Miss Erin, I'm going to let you go so I can get this energy cleared.
I don't have any.
No, I mean, do we want to switch the conversation? Now that I have stepped forward and shifted the energy of the room.
Oh, what would you like to talk about?
Well, do we want to go back to our original? We wanted to look more at ascension symptoms.
Sure.
Okay. You guys, I have somebody's dad here. I'm sorry. I have that's dad. Tina, can you tell me what pieces of that makes sense to you? You can ask questions on different topics that might get us shifted out of this. How do you ladies, here's one. How do we clear our energy? So I will zip myself up when I'm done. I will close my door to spirit and tell them I'm closed to receive. Okay. I have somebody's dad. I don't know.
Yeah, Mary, you have a question? What's going on? As far as clearing my energy, I have very strict rules with my guide. I have a turn on, turn off type of thing, like a sign for a store. When I'm ready to work, the sign goes on in my mind, and when I'm done, it turns off so that I am not receiving all the time. Because if I don't do that, I will be receiving all the time, and it just doesn't. Uh, not fun for me to receive when I'm in the middle of Walmart. People are angry in Walmart. I don't want to receive in Walmart because I'm not picking up on dead people. I'm picking up on all the people around me. And that's a lot. How do I protect my energy while working at an expo? Well, to be honest with you, I believe that my energy is the strongest thing around me, and I don't necessarily do a whole lot to protect myself. I don't involve myself in things that feel sketchy, and I make sure that I take care of myself. I meditate, I set my boundaries, but I don't have like a routine or anything like that I do.
Okay. During expos, I don't feel like I do anything super special to protect my energy. I already know that I'm protected. I do during the day anyway, so I just call in this light. I call it my well, I call it my spiritual condom. So it goes around me and it lifts me and it protects me. I know it's there. I've used a disco ball where I put protective light around me where it flashes back, especially if I feel like somebody's being naughty, and I'll just push that energy out. I never send it back to the person because that will end up coming right back to me. So I do want to protect my own energy from those things. So, but when I go into groups or things like that, I know that I'm protected. I do wear a lot of crystals. I have quite a little fondness of them. I do love Jetstone, quite protective. I wear Moldavite pretty much 24/7. This is my little beast that I absolutely love. Um, so a lot of protective crystals, things like that, but also just this knowing that whatever comes near me comes through the light. I do say that in meditative state as I'm preparing my energy to open and to connect. All that comes near me comes through the light for my highest and greatest good in this time frame, this dimension, this reality. And then I'll stretch that to all time frames, all dimensions, and all realities, because there are more than just this one. Okay.
I think you got to do whatever you need to do to help you feel safe, man. If you feel like going outside, spinning in a circle 3 times and stopping your feet makes you feel safe, then that will make you feel safe and you will be safe. It's all about
Yeah.
here. It's all about here.
With this one, what I would say for you is to me and through me, not of me. To me and through me, not of me. So don't absorb people's things. Let that float right on out of you. And what you can also do is just pretend, because it really works, like you're clearing your energetic field and just take it away from you. You can absolutely do that. Yeah. There's some good ones coming in. These are lovely. I still have that dad with me. Tina, make sure you reach out to me afterwards. Okay. Archangel Michael stood behind. Yes, Archangel Michael absolutely will.
What are the columns on the aurograph? No, they are not chakras. They are harmonics. So the Schumann resonance is a set of readings of multiple harmonics associated with frequencies around the magnetosphere and the earth. Each one of those colors represents one of the harmonics. So it's a line graph instead of going this way, going this way. So it would be cool if they were chakras. It's not. It's not.
Okay. That was a good question. Tina says, good luck. Who's she saying that to? Do the guides have insights on the Oh, that's a big ship out in the ocean, right? Is that what you're referring to, where they are being held on, quarantined on the ship? I just saw that on the news.
I don't have any insight into it. I haven't really barely heard of it. It's not something that's I mean, it sounds like a virus to me. Like, you know, literally shit happens, right? So if
Yes.
something's unsanitary on a closed environment where they have rodents that carry a disease, then, you know, everything is connected, but I don't know that it's necessary that we need to understand all the things, you know?
I was trying to figure out how to respond to her just directly, but it won't, but I don't know how. So, all right. No, I can't get out of that. Okay. My email, I'll throw it up there for you, sweetheart. Actually, what I'll do is I'll throw my website up here. Go to my website, and then you can email me from there. Just tell me who you are, and hopefully remember. I was going to say I'll remember, and then my brain was like, "Will you?" But will you? Hi, Shayna. Okay, there is my website. You can go there. Okay. I feel like I took us off track. Sorry about that. This gentleman is still with me, though.
Anything in the science world that's exciting you ladies that's catching up to the metaphysical realm? As of recently, I'm really fascinated with all this stuff coming out about how histamine is affecting so many people. Histamine is not just for allergic reactions, it's a neurotransmitting thing too. And a lot of people are having these sort of histamine reactions to nothing. It's spontaneous chronic urticaria is what it's called. And I get it. I get it. I've been calling it a spiritual rash forever. And there's this research now coming out about how it has to do with transmission of energy. And if you think about it, that would be very logical. If the way I receive energy has changed, the way my physical body responds to that energy would also change, perhaps triggering this histamine release from my mast cells because my body's freaking out, going, what the heck is this? Right. So, I mean, I'm really excited about that. That's typically what I'm really excited about, like the alien stuff. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this shit's coming and it's coming really fast, right? Like, I'm just letting you know, right? There's stuff coming. I'm not fearful. I don't want you to be fearful. I have been like, I don't share a lot of what I receive in meditation, in channeling, because it's personal. It's for me. It's not for the collective. But I've been receiving for quite a while now this push to get back into creating ways to disseminate information quickly to people, like classes, right? All that sort of stuff. Because I've been shown that as we enter the true age of disclosure, it causes mass problems, right? If you have an anchored belief in some system like a religion and you suddenly find out that maybe that's not true, it's going to cause a lot of issues, and there's going to need to be somewhere to go for information that makes sense. And I've had conversations with many, many people in this field. I had 2 today, as a matter of fact, with people who all say the same thing. They're all feeling that same sort of pull to try to get ready for some sort of influx of needing information, you know? I don't think it's little green men. I think they look a lot like us, probably. And I think that they're interdimensional and not necessarily from different space, because you'd have to know how to fold space to get here, right? We already know that. I also think it's a frequency thing, and perhaps it's a simple as adjustment of a dial, right? Um, I'm just telling you, something's coming, and it's going to be here quickly, and I think it's
Yeah.
going to feel very disruptive.
Yeah. I
But
think we're going to start feeling that next year. I do think that we're going to be having contact. I think some of us, I mean, obviously, people have already had contact. So, but it's going to be exposed on a deeper level. I do believe that. Um, I do think that they are already among us. I did a reading several years ago for this gentleman who was kind of a naysayer, but then his mom was coming through so strong with pieces. So, and I always give people an opportunity. Do you have any questions? And so he's like, yeah. And I was thinking he was ego. I was thinking he was going to ask, does she see me? Does she this? No, he's like, are there aliens? And what I channeled was, yes, there are aliens and they're living amongst us already. So
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, well, there's that piece of information.
I would encourage you guys to think about something, right? Think about, what do we as a species, generally speaking, especially, I mean, my only perspective is I live in the United States. So my perspective is through the United States.
Yeah.
When we're in the United States, where do most of us get our information? It's not the news, is it? It's through our entertainment. Can
Dude.
you see the chain of things that have started to come out this year? We've had the Age of Disclosure documentary coming out, where over 30 people in the government came forward and spoke up about this. We have Steven Spielberg releasing his second movie since Close Encounters, all about disclosure. It's called Disclosure Day, right? There's another documentary coming out called Sleeping Dog by Jeremy Corbell, where he reveals information given to him by the son of someone who worked on this, like documents in hand. He's showing you this stuff. We have Trump saying he's going to release the files. We have all these pastors. If you guys haven't heard this story, you got to look this up.
Yes.
We have this pastor who made a video on YouTube. Okay. So I do want to say we're going to be cautious about this story. All right. But this pastor made a video on YouTube. He was freaked the F out. You could tell on his face. And he said he was invited to a meeting with a select amount of people, where they basically, people in the government told these group of pastors, you need to prepare your people, that there's information coming out that is going to disrupt Christianity and all other religions, and you need to be prepared for this. There are several other pastors who are agreeing, saying, yes, we were all there for this. Representative Tim Burchett has come out and said, he didn't say he was there. He said he called in and did speak to this group, even though he didn't say what he talked about. Signs are everywhere. This stuff is coming up, and it's coming quickly. And Melissa, I got to tell you, girl, I'm seeing it happen before the end of this year. I'm saying
You
fall.
think?
I'm saying fall. And
For them coming forward?
I'm saying fall for something undeniable being released in some way. Not necessarily physical contact from an alien. Dude, my light just dimmed too.
My chest got so heavy. I feel like I'm going to start channeling. So I'm just going to write some things.
Yeah.
What is the YouTube video called? She's Miss Shana wants.
Let me look at the news story, because I was reading a news story. So let me pull the article.
555. It is 555. That's shifting. That's changing. That is correct for you. How do I protect my frequency around my mom, who is on a much lower vibration? The soul contract with her is finished. It's not finished. She's still in your energy.
All right. So this is the story. I'm going to show you my phone so you can see it. Religious leaders told, prepare now for UFO disclosure to unleash Bible.
Did you send that to me today? I can throw it on here. I'll grab it from my phone. Hold on.
Right. This is on MSN, but it was also published on another one. There's more than one story. The guy's name is Perry, Perry Stone, Stone. It says he's a well-known evangelical author and Bible teacher from Tennessee. Warned that fellow pastors were recently invited to a secret meeting with U.S. intelligence officials to prepare for the release of secret files on extraterrestrials. According to Stone, the officials warned a small group of pastors with a large reach in the Christian community that the government was about to release reports and possibly videos of aliens and spacecraft which were not from this planet. Here's what I want to say. I want to be very clear about this. There's no way to verify what these people are saying. Okay. We can only go by Tim Burchett said he did call into a meeting. He didn't say he said these things, but he didn't say he didn't say these things. Okay. But I also want you to think that sometimes when someone hears something that is disturbing to them, they have a big reaction to it. And so they tend to amplify it and make it not on purpose necessarily, but it's like you have a panic reaction, and so
Yeah.
you react rather than respond. So I would say be cautious with the story, but this, I mean, I'm assuming that this pastor has no reason to lie. If he's a pastor, right, I'm going to trust that he's not lying, but I don't know. Oh, we lost her.
I'm back. Oh,
There she
am I
is.
back? I know. I was just like ducking and diving over here. Can you hear me now? Can you
Yes,
see
I
me
can
now?
hear you.
Yay. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean
No, that's it.
I shared the link that you shared with me this morning.
Oh,
It's
great.
to the TikTok about the pastor, so people
Okay,
can
yeah.
read that. And then somebody said, "Sorry, I'll never believe anything from the press or the G, whatever that is." Absolutely
Probably
understand that.
government.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Absolutely understand that. You have to trust what you feel is right in your heart or what you feel. So, absolutely get that. And I don't think Aaron nor I, and I know I'm not, and I don't feel like you are trying to make anybody believe anything, just sharing what
No,
we know
I'm
is
just
true.
pointing out patterns. I'm pointing out
Yeah,
very obvious patterns that you can clearly see with your very own eyeballs when you look, right?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Skinwalker Ranch, you guys, I
Dude,
understand. People always roll their eyes at me when I say you need to be watching Skinwalker Ranch, but I'm going to tell you why you need to be watching Skinwalker Ranch, because they are doing experiments in a scientific nature. They show you when it doesn't work. They're honest about their work, and they have PhDs working on this shit. This is not
yeah.
pretend. They're showing you stuff, and the stuff that they are discovering is mind blowing. And it's not just one group of people. They're bringing in experts from all over the place, and the main scientist for Skinwalker Ranch was the guy who was on the UAP task force for the government. So obviously, he's in this field. He's a genuine person. They're discovering stuff out there, you guys. I'm telling you, some of the stuff I saw last season, I watched it like 6 times in a row because I'm like, holy crap, do it again. Holy crap, do it again. Like it's undeniable. The stuff that
And
they're
that's coming out too. Was it May 20th or something?
Yes, very soon the new season starts. So if you haven't caught up, you need to go and catch up. And each season, because they build on their knowledge, right? So they start out with simple experiments. And as they gain more knowledge and boundaries about what they're discovering, it changes things, right? It changes the type of experiments they're doing, it changes the data they're gathering. And it's fascinating. I freaking love it.
I got to answer this question. I think this is a great one. What do you ladies think? Does the alien disclosure or the people's reactions disclosure make you more
Oh my
uncomfortable with
God.
the people's reaction?
People, 1,000%
100%.
people. Humans are crazy. Humans are insane.
Dude, absolutely. I used to say that during my readings. Like, dead people don't scare me. It's the living that
Oh, big
traumatize me.
time.
Like,
I'm not worried about aliens. As
no,
far as
not
the
at all.
idea of are they here to hurt us? I hate to break it to you, but if they're able to get here through multidimensional travel, if
That
they
would have
wanted
happened.
to hurt us,
Absolutely.
they would hurt us. It's
Absolutely.
not, this is, think about something. You have to remember there's a lot about Earth that's unique to our knowledge, at least to our local universe. Consider wood, for example. We are the only planet that we have ever found so far that has the resource of wood, right? So that's a reason to come to this planet, right? What's under the mountain? Oh my God, I think
Right?
it's a ship. I think it's a ship.
Well, and there's portals. They
There's
have
definitely portals
oh
in that mountain. I think it works like a garage door opener. Have I told you this theory?
no, but I love that.
But listen, here's the logic. Here's the logic. So think about the frequency, right? So the 1.67 hertz or whatever it is, right?
Uh-huh.
There was an episode, not last season, but maybe the season before, where Eric broadcast a frequency first. He started broadcasting that frequency. He got a return from the other frequency. Now, every time they do something, that frequency broadcasts as if it's waiting for the matching frequency, like a garage door opener, right? So if it's frequency based, you match the frequency of the portal, you pass through the portal out into the other frequency. I'm telling you, I feel like that's exactly what's going on.
Well, that'll be fun to see what comes up on this season. I do watch it. I have a friend, Will sit and, oh my God, Oh my God, did you see that? Oh my God.
I love that
It's
show.
kind of, we make a little watch
I would
party. Yeah,
love
yeah, yeah.
to have a
I saw.
conversation with Dr. Taylor. Like, I literally just want to sit down to dinner with him and be like, tell me everything you know. Scratch my brain. Like,
Scratch my
I
brain.
adore this man. You know how people have like celebrity lists? If these 5 people, he's totally on my list. My husband's like, really? And I go, I just want to talk to him. I don't need anything else. I just want to have a conversation.
I just want to have questions. Yeah. There is a guy on that I saw when we were in Sedona who I just fell in love with. I'm married and happy, so not that kind of fallen in love with, but there's something about his energy that's just, and I don't understand because he's very mathematical and just, but there's just something about his energy that just triggers the bejesus out of me, not in a bad way
Mm.
or not in a dirty way.
Any insight into how the government will deal with the aliens arriving here? I don't know, but here's something I do know that's a fact. It is easier to control people who are in a state of fear than people who are feeling empowered.
Somebody said that too, that she thinks, that's what I was trying to find, that she thinks that it's going to be used for fear, or that, well, they're trying to, that is absolutely how they
That's
control,
where control
through
comes
fear
from.
and through some organized, I don't want to piss anybody off, but some organized religion is completely based on controlling the population.
So I don't know how to answer that question. I think the best thing you can do is just focus on you and how you are going to respond to the situation rather than freak out and react. I will
Yes.
also fully admit, and I think we should all admit, that no matter how much we tell ourselves that we are ready for this, we are absolutely not ready for this. It is a very different thing to think you know something and to know something. And it can really shake your shit up. So just be mindful of that.
Have
That
you
sometimes
have
you think you know and you don't.
have you ever seen Independence Day? The
Yes,
first one?
a long
Okay,
time
one of
ago.
my most favorites. So there is a episode, there is a set, shit, if I could talk. There's a part in there where the aliens have invaded, shit's going down, and the guy is like, since I was abducted, and they still look at him like he's crazy, but now there's proof that there's aliens, but they still think he's crazy.
Oh yeah, Randy Quaid, right?
Oh, I love him in that. He's hysterical. But I feel like that's, even though we know it, even me as a medium, when I have somebody come up and tell me they see and they feel all these things, I don't always bite right into it. I have a bit of discernment that hits me like, wait a second. So I
Right.
think that's natural for us to do that. So even though maybe somebody got abducted in our family.
Well, I mean, and if you think about it, us as humanity are evolving to be part of a universal community because we're evolving beyond spoken communication. So the idea of language barriers is not going to exist. When you communicate through energy, it doesn't matter what the language is, you understand the information, right?
Yeah.
So as human beings, you can clearly see that that's the way we're evolving through these young kids who are being born, and especially those kids who are nonverbal. They're already communicating like this. So that's where we are headed. And so for me, this is just a next natural step in the progression of humanity to becoming part of a like universal community rather than just isolated and thinking Earth is all there is, you crazy people.
Right. So I do think that they'll try to create chaos, and I do think that will be pushed out through Hollywood. The government actually has a branch in the Pentagon connected just to movies and films. So just process
Just pay
that for a
attention to how
second.
you feel. All right. Pay attention to how you feel. Your intuition, your body is your greatest instrument. Pay attention to how you feel when you're listening to something. If it doesn't feel right, it's probably not right. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen to yourself. Stop letting everyone else tell you what you should believe and let yourself listen to what you are actually picking up in your frequency. Does it feel right? Does it feel aligned? And it can feel unknown, right? Without feeling wrong, right? Curiosity. Oh, what's that? I want to learn more. That's a sense of there's some truth there, right? It's pulling you in that direction. If you feel like, ooh, I don't like this, then to me, that's like, no, that's not right. There's something going on there.
Just reading the comments to see if there's any others to throw up here.
Thoughts on the missing scientist? I think that's something we need to be really careful with. It is very easy to make connections where there aren't necessarily connections. That said, I do think that some of these scientists worked in similar areas, and it is very mysterious, the things that are happening. I try to be rational with this. There are some of these people who are gone that had mental health issues. There are people, I mean, who are just elderly. You have to be very mindful that you're not getting swallowed in the rhetoric around it, and just distill it down and see where does it actually make sense, right? I think there's something there. Yes, I think there's something going on, but I don't know that all of them are connected. And I do think that it could be a mechanism of distraction to muddy the waters rather than to keep things clear, right? You throw in a few other things that happened that aren't necessarily related, but may be related, and it sort of muddies everything, and it takes away the clarity that comes through with that. So I would say just be mindful. Just be mindful.
Yeah, you always have to use your own discernment. So one of the comments that I read through real quick was that Jesus wasn't real, that the pastors had said God isn't real, Jesus isn't real. My understanding of God is a little different now that I'm not mostly into a lot of religious beliefs. I believe God is a source energy. God is supportive energy. God lives vicariously through each and every one of us. We're all connected to the consciousness of source of God. Jesus, I not so humbly believe in Jesus as an ascended master, meaning he helps and works through each of us. His energy does. So I do believe Jesus was a real being who really lived on earth and really helped people. That's just my belief.
I agree that Jesus was a man who embodied the energy of the Christ, and through that embodiment, right?
Not Jesus, not as in Christianity, though.
No, the Christ consciousness, who embodied the energy of the Christ consciousness, the yang to the Sophia,
Yes.
what is the yang, right? That he embodied that energy, and through the embodiment of that energy, he became an ascended master and a teacher of knowledge. But at his core was still a man, right? That's my personal belief as well. I think there's a lot of great lessons there. I also think that man wants to control the narrative, and so you have to be mindful of a lot of stuff is missing from that Bible. So,
Literally. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of stuff is missing from the Bible or put in there to control. All right. Dreams of being on ships. Yes, I have done regression with a client who is like, oh, I'm floating and I'm going to a ship. So in my head, I was like, oh, she's floating in the water, going to a big ship. No, she was floating in the air, going to a ship.
Yeah.
Beautiful. It was the most amazing regression. It was interesting to see her experiences. She's had them in past lives and in this lifetime.
I want to answer real quick. Mary, I can't see any kind of super chat because I'm broadcasting through a restreamer. So you asked if I can see your super chat. I can see your comments, but that's all I can see. So
I don't even know what a super chat is.
It's on YouTube. It's a YouTube thing.
Oh, okay. We all have been programmed.
I can see you, but it says that you're on YouTube for me. We've all been programmed. That's part of the story, yo. We know that.
I joined both Aaron and Melissa's Patreon, and it appears both of you can see my chat. I can see you. Well, we can both see because we're on here, if that's what you mean. Am I misunderstanding?
I don't know. It shows that person under YouTube. I want to answer Jess real quick. Jess says, I'm just worried that they're going to try and run the narrative that reptilians were our creator and we should worship them. Just because they tell you that does not mean you have to believe that. Hello. Again, you got to listen to yourself. There's a lot of stuff that you get told that you don't have to believe that isn't true.
Yeah.
That you have to work hard and earn things in order to be, able to thrive. Come on, there's a lot of things that we're told. This is just another thing. Just because it's something you're told does not mean you are
Yeah,
forced to believe it.
you don't have
Listen
to
to
buy
your
into it.
intuition and your discernment.
100%. We don't have to buy into a lot of the stuff that we're fed. We absolutely do not. Okay. That made me laugh, so I had to put it up. I'm going to get tinfoil too. I'm not worried about the aliens. It's the humans that
Right.
traumatize the shit out of me. Okay. So they're going to run the narrative. Yep. She already said that. Okay. I think the unknown is my new home. There's a song by Alan Parsons that says that. Alan Parsons Project? I haven't heard that in years. Who are the people made of golden light who visited me as who are the people made of golden light who visited me as a child? That I do not that I don't know about you, but if I were going to look at something like that, it would require a lot more tuning into your energy versus
Yeah,
just
that's a private
whipping it out.
conversation kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, Deb, who you're trying to say worships Satan. I don't know that that's a thing.
Oh, I missed it. Where is it at?
It just says they worship Satan. We do not. I don't know what that means.
That means somebody with a low vibration because that's fear-based. And when you're coming at us from fear-based, you are a lower vibration. God doesn't support that energy. Just doesn't. Source doesn't support that. Well, you can take whatever form you want. Fear opens you up to all kinds of icky.
Yeah.
So if you're saying that we are, you're welcome to not participate. I mean, you can keep going.
I don't know where it came from. I just saw it,
Okay.
Also, Tony Bill Mahoney, how about the new virus from the cruise ship? Sounds awful like COVID. Hantavirus is not new. Hantavirus is a well-known virus. Yes. We know exactly what it is, exactly what causes it. It is bad news. Don't get me wrong, but it is well known. I actually studied that in part of my undergraduate studies. It is not new.
I'm going to pull this up because I don't know how long ago she said this. It might have been a minute ago. If soul contract with mom isn't over. So I personally do not believe in cutting cords. I believe in healing the cords. A lot of people want that quick, that shortcut, that let's just get it done. I don't want to have to deal with it, but that's not how it works in this world. We have to do the work. So, honey, I just would invite you to sit with the energy and look at it and feel it. If you have, if it's very traumatic, I would suggest a therapist or a counselor. You have to make that decision. And if she is an energy vampire, sometimes we have to limit our contact with them. But also, when we start doing the work and healing ourselves, what people throw at us doesn't affect us as much. You start to be like, oh, well, shit, that's not mine. Oh, I don't have to own that. That's her trauma. That's not mine. So you can start to release it, but you got to do the work. Okay. Okay. So I would suggest instead of cutting cords, heal them. Okay.
Shorty Shell, if I booked a session with either of you, would you be able to read a photo with an energy image? Unless it's a photo of you, no, not for me. I don't read anyone else's energy without their permission.
It's pretty unethical.
I don't prefer that. It's hard for me to read through an image. It's easier for me if I have the person across from me. It's just kind of how my frequencies work. And it depends on what you want to know, really.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like I do it with animals. I always ask when I'm reading an animal or connecting with, I usually say, hey, send me a photo beforehand, just so that I have it to pop up on the screen for a visual, because sometimes I'll have other animals coming through. We want to make sure I'm focusing on the right one. Yeah, laced with spell work. know what
It's
that
so
means
hard
either.
sometimes because we see the comment and we don't
I know.
know when you put it in there. It could have literally been just now or 5 minutes ago, and I don't remember what we were talking about 5 minutes ago. So then I'm
What were
like,
we
so
saying?
if you feel like your comments are being ignored, I want you to understand that it's because of that. We cannot possibly keep up with all of the comments as we're also trying to have a conversation that goes in a general coherent direction. I mean, it's already hard enough for the two of us to have a conversation in a straight line. Then you throw comments in. Oh my God, are you kidding me? So, all right.
I know. Did you see me with this dead person? God, I couldn't get away from it. Sidetrack. Go this way. Rabbit. These are fun questions, though.
I think that's really cool. So, Shorty Shell, if that's how it works for you, I think that's fantastic. We all have different tools. It just, my energy doesn't work that way. So, booking a session with me with that, probably I wouldn't be able to give you much, especially if it wasn't a photo of you. That's just how it works for me.
I can't even find that question. Oh,
not a person just was told by spirit to look at a photo I took and there is crazy energy in it.
oh, I can
Well, that's a
usually
little bit
pick those
different.
up.
I mean,
I kind of want her
you
to
can
pull it
always
up.
you can always share it, and you can email it to me. You can email it to Melissa. If I get anything, I'll be happy to tell you. I don't know. I personally do not get much from a photo because the way my energy works is I entrain your active frequency to mine. So if I'm not working with an active frequency, it's very hard for me to do that. It's like trying to get a car with no wheels to go somewhere. So that's just how my energy works.
So when I was first learning my mediumship, I had a friend say, "Can you do this with horses?" So or with animals in general, and I was like, "I don't know." So she sent me a picture of a friend's horse that I do nothing about. One of her friends, not mine. I looked at the photo, and in the photo, the horse charged at me. I had a total Harry Potter moment. Yeah, what the hell? And so I was like, well, so the horse moved in the photo. It charged me. And she said, yeah, that's exactly what's happening. It's charging her in the pasture. So she wants to know what's happening, why it's doing it. So if you guys, it does happen to more people than just me. If you have the Harry Potter moment where my words would start to jump around at first too, and I'd be reading a sentence, and instead of having to read the whole thing, it would condense for me, and I would just get certain letters that would spell something out that I needed to take away from it. Or I would have these moments where photos were moving, and I know. So pay attention to those. You're not going crazy if you do have something like that happen.
Yes. Did you
I
have
had,
another one? I would like to
yeah,
answer this one.
I
Go
want to
ahead.
pull this one up because what I said was you had to raise your sibling or had to raise a sibling. So her dad and her brother and her son. Jenna, if you could also email me, and I'm not going to go back and open that channel right now, but we will invite this energy back to connect with you. I'll offer that for free, sweetie. So just email me. I got an email that everybody can use. It's mediummelissa at melissahenyon.com. Okay. Just medium. My name is Melissa at melissahenyon, HENYAN.com. And then we'll see if we can make that connection for you, hun. All right, so now we can move on to.
I want to answer Sunshine LP7 real quick, if that's okay.
Yep.
Entrained, that's a word I used when I was talking about my energy. It says entrained, question mark, my first time hearing that word. I'm so glad you pointed that out. Let's talk about it. So everything is energy. Energy is the frequencies. You have a base frequency or a resonant frequency assigned to your existence, your version of you, and I have a frequency as well. Entrainment is through sending my energy to yours. I shift your frequency so that it's the same as mine. And again, it's not because it's different or it's not because it's better. It's just because it's different. And through entraining them, it amplifies the frequency. When two frequencies are the same, they amplify, right? And because of that amplification of energy, you through our conversation are often able to get a lot of clarity on things that you can't see clearly on your own. And it's not because you can't, it's because you're standing in the middle of a dense forest trying to count the trees. Sometimes it's helpful to have a helicopter ride for a hot minute just to show you the trees. Oh, okay. So that's what entrainment is. Everything I do is frequency based. I see frequency with my eyes, I hear frequency with my ears, I feel frequency with my body. Everything is frequency. So that's just, I love that stuff. That's how that works for me.
And that goes in with this. I thought this was a good one. When do you see it or do you feel it? Both.
All of the above.
Yeah, I'm clairsentient, so I can feel people's pains. I can feel how somebody passed. I can feel their energy. I can feel when they get excited. I can feel when they don't believe me. I can all the things. So that's clairsentience, clear feeling. Okay.
Yeah. I see, like physically see frequencies. So to give you an example, if you guys know what floaters are, right? Almost everybody knows what a floater is. They're so annoying. I thought I just had really bad floaters. It's not, it's frequencies. Like when I look at Melissa, if I focus, I can see all these squiggles around her like floaters, but they don't float. They're there. They are subtly vibrating. Some are fatter than others. Some are more forward than others. Some are moving faster than others. And all of that means something. The ones that are bigger means it's starting to collect energy. It's starting to conglomerate into something. It's starting to form into a more resonant, entrained frequency of some idea or inspiration or something. If it's further back, that means it's way back there. It hasn't come forward yet. It's not all the way in the front of her energy. If it's vibrating really fast, that means it's trying to pull together cooperative components. That's the step before it starts to expand. So it all means everything. It all means everything, you know?
Yeah, I love that. Boy, my head's tingling right now. Today is one ear ringing day. Holy moly. That is higher vibrational, higher frequency stepping into your auric field. So you are feeling possibly ascended masters, possibly your guides, different beings that want to step forward and share insights. What I ask people to do is just when you start getting the ringing or you start feeling the tingling or any of those things, just say, thank you. I've received this download. You do not have to know what it is in order to receive it. You just have to be open. Your system will categorize it and put it where it needs to be, if that makes sense. Your body knows what to do. Okay.
Yeah. All right, friend. It is 9:30 where I am. So I'm going to have to hit the bricks.
Okay, honey.
Just to update everybody on a couple things, right? Before I jump off of here. Private sessions are always available. Please read the description of the session. Again, my sessions are conversation-based. So if you come into the session and you just stare at me and say, I want to know what you have to say, it's really hard for me to get a hold of your energy. It is through the conversation that I can get a hold of your energy. So write down your questions, as many questions as you can come up with. Typically, you only ask one or two and all of them still get answered, right? This weekend, for all of you who watch my Schumann reports, this weekend, I am probably not going to be doing them. I'm literally going back to Chicago to participate in a charity event this weekend where I will be doing card readings at a Golden Retriever Rescue Gala event. So I'm very excited. I have a very fancy outfit. I can't wait to show you guys how gorgeous it is. So we're going to raise some money for a good cause this weekend. So I may not be doing updates. And then next week I'm moving into my house. So again, you may not see me live. If you go to my website and you click on tools for transformation, everything I'm doing can be found there. I have a retreat coming up, an in-person retreat. I have several workshops coming up. They're all linked there, consciouslyaaron.com. And if you follow me on Facebook, there was a code dropped on my page today that gives you a discount on booking a session, but it expires on Saturday. So you have to book it between now and Saturday. So just keep that in mind. Melissa?
I was just trying to find the dates that we're doing this because I can't remember and I lost them. Oh, the 10th and the 17th. We're doing it again on the 10th? No, that's not true.
Girl, let me get my calendar.
Oh, no, that's so I'm sorry, May 27th, June 10th, and June 17th. May 27th, Erin.
Yes. So we'll be live again together on May 27th.
I'm going to put that on my calendar so I don't forget.
And then we'll be live again on June 10th and June 17th. So you guys, write your questions down. The more questions you have, you guys see how great it goes when you start putting questions in the chat. I mean, we can come up with topics and that's fine. Oops, sorry. But the whole purpose of us being here is kind of like a support group for you, a place to talk about the things that are happening and ask your questions. I don't do reading type stuff in this situation. You want to do readings with?
Did I cut out again? Did I disappear? Shit. Which one?
I'm back.
You're back. Was that you?
I don't know what happened.
Oh, shit. Okay. So I do sometimes do readings, like if somebody's deceased loved one wants to come through, I'll channel as I did. So I sometimes do. Sometimes I give numbers. Sometimes I give animal messengers. It just depends on the energy and where we're going for the evening. Tonight we were kind of all over the place. I feel like my little sidetrack kind of caught us off guard a little bit, so I apologize for that. But I don't apologize for spirit coming through. So my website is Melissa Henyan, HENYAN.com. I am a psychic medium, animal intuitive. Erin disappeared. Erin's back. Okay. So, gosh, I do have some events coming up. I am also doing a charity event for an animal thing, and I think that's in June. I am going to be in Goldendale, Washington, doing what are those fun fairs where they're going back to olden days?
Fair?
No, me and my words. I do much better typing shit out.
Fair. Oh my goodness.
It is, where they dress up in medieval times and things like that.
That's a Ren Fair. Renaissance Fair.
Oh, well, you didn't say Renaissance.
That's because those of us who go to these things, friend, call them the Ren Fair. I can tell you're a newbie. I have a whole outfit. Let me just let you know. I'm aware of the Ren Fair.
Oh my God. Should I get an outfit?
Oh, girl. I'm all about cosplay. All about the cosplay. If I'm going to medieval times, I'm going to be in medieval times. Okay, girl? I'm telling you.
Oh my God.
I embody all of this magic all of the time. So wait till you see my outfit for this charity event. You want to talk about sparkles, bitch? We got sparkles for days.
Hey, dude, I have to send you some shoes then, because I have the amazing sparkle shoes I use when I do my group events.
I bought a pair of shoes. I thought I was literally going to just have a stroke how beautiful they are. They're Steve Madden shoes, and they're mesh, but they're made out of sparkles. And so it looks like there's nothing on your foot but sparkles. And it's a flat, so my feet won't hurt. It was incredibly comfortable. It was expensive, but I bought it because I could not do it.
Oh my God. Okay, now I got to get an outfit. All right, send me suggestions. Where do I get?
No, my outfit's not Merlin. I have an outfit like a I don't know, like a regular medieval person. Like, it's not fancy. It is the whole thing. I have the corset that goes over, and I have the underdress, and I have a hood that goes with it. I have a medicine pouch. I have all kinds of stuff.
Oh my God.
I would love to work at a Ren Fair. If anybody's running a Ren Fair, hey, hi. I would love to work at a Ren Fair.
You can fly up here. I'll send you the information.
Girl, they would have to be paying me to do that, though. I want to work there.
Well, all right.
I can go to the Ren Fair here.
Right? I'll post about it. It'll be my first one. I saw it and I was like, I want to do that. So I reached out.
Oh yeah. I have a pair of white sparkly boots too. When my husband and I renewed our wedding vows last year in Vegas, we went to Vegas and had Elvis marry us. Girl, I had disco boots. Like, you better believe.
Oh my God.
Loved them bitches. The more sparkles, the more I wear it. I'm telling you, I'm all about sparkles. I will post pictures up. You guys have to be following me. You should be following me on Facebook, okay? Go to Consciously Aaron on Facebook. That's where you're going to see the behind the scenes pictures. This is what my day is like. This is the behind the scenes. I purposely put that only on Facebook to curate that community and show you guys that I'm human too, right?
Yeah,
Like
right.
I'm still doing this. You'll see my mess there, but that's where you're going to see all the pictures. The theme of the charity event is Mardi Gras. So I got a purple like dress, purple witchy dress.
Oh,
And then I got a like green iridescent sparkle overlay to go with the purple. Okay.
she wants to see you dressed up.
My cosplay is still packed, y'all. I haven't moved into my house yet, so I can't get to it.
Oh yeah, it is my white.
We probably have the same boots. Did you get them at Target? Because that's where I got mine.
No, I got them online. I think they're Betsy somebody. I'll bring them up next time go live. They're
Betsy Johnson? Betsy.
Yeah, Betsy Johnson.
Okay. Very cool. I love the sparkles. More sparkles, the better.
They are bedazzled. They are bedazzled. I love to be bedazzled in events. I want to stick out like a sore thumb. I want people to know who I am.
You know why I like sparkles? I'm going to be 100% honest with you, because I feel most like my truest self when I am sparkling. That feels to me like an embodiment of what my higher self looks like, for lack of a better way to explain it. I feel drawn to that because it feels like a true expression of who I am. And the more I wear, the more I feel like myself. And I'll tell you, sometimes my husband's like, really? We're doing this? But I mean, I got to be me.
Yes, we are. We are doing this. All right. So now I know what Ren is. So yes, I'm doing a Ren fair. I've got a bunch of smaller events coming up that I'm excited about. Just finished a whirlwind of 4 days and 5 events, which was amazing. A lot of stuff came out of that. So just excited. I think I already shared my website. Do we share your website too?
It's just my name, consciouslyaaron.com. Just make sure y'all spell it right. I know consciously is a hard word to spell, but you can do it.
consciously Aaron.com.
Yeah.
Oh,
and you can get to all my stuff from that. If you want to schedule a session, you can schedule a session. You want to read some of the articles I've written, you can do that. There's everything you need is there. You guys, I love to talk about manifestation, energy, frequency. So bring your questions. Ask me, how does this work in the real world? This is the best way to utilize this time, this conversation. Be curious. Be curious. Bring all your curiosities.
And I want to wrap up with, we both have Patreon pages too. So you can find us both there. She's Consciously Aaron, and I think mine is Psychic Medium Melissa Henyon.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, kids.
All right, guys.
Thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate it.